What? Oh! What did I miss? What's far too much? Henry's already started the drop counter. But, so, Zero Heat. The differences between the paints that I use is basically how they're processed. And it's all, paints are usually preference. All of them are acrylics. I like Citadel mostly for the shades, but I've been playing around with some of the other colors and everything. But I love the shades or the washes that Citadel produces. Those are my favorites of them all. Their textures are awesome too. Secret Weapon, they've got a smaller selection. And I really like their rusts. And their pigments. The pigments help with the weathering. I like the rusts because they come out like this. Like if you look here inside the wheel well, that's the rust and rust pigment that Secret Weapon uses, and I love how it comes out. Vallejo, I really enjoy their colors. They probably got the widest variety of colors to choose from. As far as if you're looking for like I do. I normally do three shades of a color per part that I work on. So with this, the base is black red. Layer 2, not including the shade. Layer 2 is flat red. Layer 3 is going to be bloody red. What's wrong? So, if you want to be able to have a wide variety of choices, Vallejo is great for that. Army Painter, I like them for when I'm working on, say, my World War II figures. They got great choices for colors to utilize for the more realistic stuff. I.e., you know, when you're working on like this U.S. paratrooper, I use Vallejo for it, but if I would have had the Army Painter colors I wanted, they would have been a little bit more closely aligned to what I was going for with his uniform. However, it still turned out great. P3 has awesome. I like their metallics. The metallics from Formula P3 are really, really nice. Um, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much covers. That's like I said, everything's preference though. Shades and washes. Shades and washes. So, let's see. Alright. Let's bring this guy over, my little tester. This is your regular layer paint from Citadel. And it's rather thick. So you add water to it, right? To thin it out a little bit. The washes and shades are even thinner than what you normally would use. So they're very watery. And what they're used for is, as the name sounds, shading. And like you've got cracks and crevices. So in this guy you can see in the muscles right here where it's darker. When you go over it with the shade or the wash, it'll come down and seep into the cracks and crevices and give you that shadow look. The non oil mixed with the black red, this is how it came out. Different types of shades and washes will have different effects on the paint. Some of them will make the paint very bright. Some of them will make the paint, after it dries, it'll be very dark and dull. It depends on what you're going for. But I like non oil a lot. What non oil does is it darkens up the colors. And especially on clothing, it gives it, the shadow stands out really, really well. A layer paint. So the way Citadel works is you got your bases, your layers, your shades, textures, and technicals. The base is just that. It's your base color. So like I based him with black red. Well, that's what the base is made for. Is you got your primer down and then you cover it with the base. The layer is meant to go on top of the base, as the name states. It's a layer. Right, as Enrich said, you highlight or go over the base color. You can edge. Um, so that's what the layer's meant for. However, but you do not have to limit the layer to being just that, a layer. You can actually utilize the layer as a base if you wanted to. It's just what kind of look you're going for with the model. Does that make sense, Joe? And Zero Heat, were you able to keep up? And did that make sense for you? Ugh. Hey, no problem, Zero Heat and Joe. Correct. Enrich is correct in that statement. It the layer you will not prime with. You want either a spray can primer, a paint on primer, or an air primer. The air primer is what you would use in an airbrush. The paint on primer is just as it sounds. It'd come in a bottle, either with a drip top. I'm not sure if you can find any in a pot, or it'd be a big bottle that you can pour. And then you got the spray can. Like Enrich said, I utilize Formula P3, or the Army painter. GW's got some nice ones too, and they got all different kinds of colors. I utilize white and black and gray. Those are the colors I like to use. But you can get them in brown, you can get them in green, metallic, just whatever you're looking to do, you can get them in those colors too. Gotcha, Zero. Old hobby compressor that has been in the garage for years. It could be. Do you know what it runs on? Yeah, see, black, like this, I primed them in black, and when the colors go down, it's going to be darker. This guy was primed in white. So as I was painting on my colors, they were coming out really bright. I had to go and do 2 layers of the base just to get it dark enough to where I wanted it. But one of the cool things you can do with white primer, better than you can do with any other color primer, is you can, one of the ways I learned about washes and shades was you can literally take a white primed model, utilize your shades and washes, and you can paint the entire model in just shades and washes, which is really cool. Sometimes they can come out really, really nice, but it's a good way for you to learn how to utilize shades and washes.